Welcome back to the Stovetop. In this coffee review, I'll be trying out a coffee from a chain of coffee shops that originated here in Michigan, and they've spread out over the Great Lakes region, and there's actually a few on the East Coast. It's called Bigby Coffee. It's just like a Starbucks. And I was at the grocery store. They sell their coffee there just like Starbucks does, and I came across this Michigan Cherry, and I thought, hey, as many cherry flavored coffees as I review, why not go ahead and review this? So there's not very much information that I could find about it. This is a 12-ounce bag of coffee. It's already ground. It's a medium roast, and it calls for 2 tablespoons for every 6 ounces of water, adjusted taste. Well, the coffee urn in my Mr. Coffee is 12 cups, which is about 60 ounces of water, so that's 20 tablespoons. And I've tried putting 20 tablespoons of coffee in the basket before, and it about fills it up. So we'll see how far I get with it. Now, even though I bought this at a local grocery store right here in Michigan, you can order this online if you'd like to try it out. And I found it on Amazon too, which is kind of unusual. So let's go ahead and open it up, and I'll give you my initial impressions of it, as I've never had this coffee before. So, just simple tab here on the back. It's a light brown color. There is a smell to it, but it's not a really strong scent. It's not really sweet. It doesn't really smell like cherries, but yeah, there's maybe a little bit fruity, but yeah, there's not really much of a smell to it. So let me go ahead and get up the old tablespoon. I'll load up Mr. Coffee with some of this. I'm using reverse osmosis purified drinking water that I got at my local water softener distributor, I guess you could say. We've got a couple places around here where you can buy your rock salt for your water softener, and one of them actually has an RO system where you can buy water there at about a third of the cost of what you would pay if you bought it at the store. You just bring your gallon jugs and refill it there, and it's worked out just fine. So I'm going to be using that today. I'll be brewing it on the stronger of the 2 settings as usual. So let me get to it. So I've poured a cup and allowed it to cool a little bit. I know the intro was kind of long, and see, here's the thing. When I do these coffee reviews, I try to keep things the same, like use the same kind of water, brew it at the stronger of the 2 settings, etc., etc. Another thing is I have the coffee first thing in the morning before I've done anything else to wake up. So if you watch my coffee review videos, you might notice that I stumble a little bit in the beginning. You wouldn't believe how many takes I've done on the intro to some of these videos. It's just a coffee review, for Pete's sakes. But I'm really kind of groggy, and I'm not awake yet, and I'm the kind of person that drinks about a pot of coffee a day. I mean, or in the morning only, really. A pot of coffee in the morning, which might seem excessive for some of you, but it takes a little bit to kickstart me. So if this is the first time you've watched one of my coffee review videos, I might just sound a little bit out of sorts. I've got notes here off to the side, and I'm trying to explain the coffee, having never tried it. And once I get a few cups of this in me, I tend to be a little bit more animated. Now, something I noticed was that I was talking about how the smell wasn't very strong. It was sort of like a fruit smell. This coffee is artificially flavored, and as it brewed and after I poured it, I could smell it a lot stronger. It smells like artificial flavored, artificial cherry flavor. It's not really sweet or whatnot. I really can't describe it. It's just, have you ever had something where you could tell this was made with fresh fruit and this is just chemicals? That's kind of it's not a bad smell. Don't get me wrong. It's not overwhelming, but it is a stronger cherry smell than the Meyer Gold Michigan Cherry coffee that I had done a review on. That smell is sweeter. This smell is stronger. So standing right here behind the camera, I can smell it, whereas with the Meyer Gold Michigan Cherry, at this distance, I really couldn't smell it. So all that aside, hopefully the coffee's cooled off enough here. Yeah, just smelling it. It's right up on the cup. it's sweeter. It's definitely sweeter than what I could smell in here or at a distance. Still a little hot. What I ended up doing was putting in 10 tablespoons of coffee. I didn't put in 20. It just didn't look like it would fit in the urn. As a matter of fact, let me open it up. Yeah, I mean, it's about 3/4 full. So maybe I'm just, not getting this right. I know in an early coffee review I got cups and ounces mixed up, and I screwed up the coffee altogether. But this is 10 roughly level tablespoons of coffee, and initially it just tastes a little bit weak. Now, just like anything else, as I wake up, my taste buds start to work a little bit more, a little bit better. So let me have a few cups of this. I'll come back. I'll tell you what I think of it. It could be something entirely different, and I'll wrap up this video. All right, I think I'm on cup number 5. And I got to tell you, right after I said that it tasted kind of weak, or that I only used half as much as I thought the directions were saying I should use because I couldn't fit much more in the basket, when I sat down and took a few more sips, it tasted just fine. As a matter of fact, this coffee is fairly smooth. There's just a little bit of bitterness in it. I'm not getting the cherry taste more than the cherry smell, and it's an artificial cherry smell. It's not very strong, maybe compared to some other coffees. This coffee is acceptable as far as I'm concerned as like a daily drinker. It's very similar to the Meyer Gold Michigan Cherry. Just a few minor differences, but I would put it in the same category that, especially if this was, say, on sale at the grocery store, and I said, oh, I'll pick up a bag of this. Although it's a 12-ounce bag, not a 16-ounce bag, and I always kind of feel like they're kind of cheating you a little bit when they're not selling you a full pound. But it's nothing great, it's nothing spectacular, but it's not bad at all. I would like to see the cherry smell and definitely the cherry taste more pronounced in this, but overall it's been a good coffee. It's waking me up. I've been a panelist on a live show. As a matter of fact, I just stepped away from the computer right now to shoot this part, and it's making me alert. It's doing its job. It's a medium roast for sure. There's not much I can say about it. I'm going to go ahead and include a link to the Meyer Gold coffee that I keep referring to in this video, because I bought both coffees around the same time. And, well, I should say we've been drinking the Meyer Gold longer. This is the first time I've tried this, but I recently made a video that I used whole bean coffee instead of ground coffee. It'd be nice if they had this in a whole bean, but looking on their website, it doesn't look like they had it in a whole bean. I think that might help as well for at least brewing it in Mr. Coffee. But overall, it's okay. It's good. It's not spectacular. It's not bad. It's just... It's okay, good coffee, and maybe if you try it out, you might detect more of the artificial cherry flavor and smell than I do, but I don't think you'll be disappointed. Thanks for watching.